know Netflix is getting ready to have a zombie apocalypse movie that's coming out next week. Stars Dave Bautista and our boy from Power, Amari Hardwick. Okay. Let me take this off the screen because I need to look you in your eyes. I need to see your eyes.
Look me in
You remember
eyes.
we was having a discussion, and me and Larry told you that because I own Netflix stock, I listened in on some of these investor meetings that they have, and me and Larry both told you Netflix is making plans to open up theaters because they want to seek theater revenue plus streaming revenue.
Okay.
And we also mentioned that they're probably going to start beta testing their movies in theaters overseas. Well, guess what, B. Avery? That shit is coming now. They get ready to put this movie in the theater next week, a week before it drops on Netflix. Larry, you get the floor first because, my brother, when we say things, they happen on this channel. Just like we said, we're gonna get $250,000. We're gonna get a contract for either radio or network TV by the end of this year. Watch it happen. Take the floor, Larry.
Congratulations.
Man, I'm telling you,
I think yet, B. Avery.
I think it's just a matter of time. I think it's just a matter of time before you grab your phone, you have your Netflix app open, and you scan to get entrance into your movie to go see a Netflix film. I think it's just a matter of time before you can go do that and see it on the big screen. That's if they get the big screens open. I think one of those reasons why is because the theaters are going to be so desperate to get people in those seats. You know, they're going to do whatever they have to do. And I think that's going to be one of the ways they do it. And if it doesn't work that way with the current theater companies, it may just be that Netflix says, we don't need you. We'll just bypass you and open our own theaters and do it that way for ourselves.
That's exactly what we said. Let me get in this super chat from, by the way, my brother, I love that name, or my sister. Fillmore Pockets. Love the name. Let me give you something to say thank you, because we're always grateful when you guys come through and hook a brother up. And since we just got finished talking about blaxploitation, does this count?
I'm gonna try to do a little poetry for y'all. It's an original piece written by me, Fly Guy. And I want to dedicate this piece to all you players and all you ladies out there. The name of this piece is called My Bitch Better Have My Money. My bitch better have my money. Through rain, sleet, or snow.
That was a Shakespeare.
My hoe better have my money.
I'm telling you, that boy's a genius. Tell it.
Not half, not some, but all my cash. Because if she don't, I'm gonna put my foot dead in her ass.
Oh my!
Does that count as blaxploitation, Larry? Does that count?
Yeah, that counts.
Not half, not some.
Not some, but all my cash.
Oh.
So, B. Avery, what do you think about this news?
We do not condone violence. We just need to put that out there as a disclaimer.
Yeah, we don't, and it's in the video description as well. So, B. Avery, what do you think about this? And look, here's the write-up on it. In a first, Netflix will release its upcoming zombie movie, Army of the Dead, in hundreds of theaters a week before its streaming debut. Cinemark, the third largest U.S. movie theater chain, said Tuesday it will show the Zack Snyder directed film at more than 200 of its theaters starting May 14th, which is 7 days after my birthday, by the way. Variety reported it will play in about 600 theaters in all, including at smaller theater chains such as Landmark and Alamo Drafthouse. I've never heard of those. It will not play at the nation's two biggest chains, AMC and Cineworld Regal Cinemas, according to Variety. B. Avery, do you see the world is coming the way me and Larry said? Do you see the world is turning the corner?
No, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess. This is cool. I don't want theaters to die at all. I want them to live on forever, and they will. So this is promising. I think it debuts on Netflix like regular on the is it the 31st or the end of the month? So is it only a week or 2 weeks before?
A week.
A week? Okay. I mean, that's cool. I just wonder, I don't know though, man. Like, do you really think people are gonna run to the theater and they can see it a week later at home? Because it's kind of different from the HBO Max thing. Am I tripping? Can y'all hear echo? Is that my fault?
Yeah, I hear a little bit.
Let me see if I can try to fix that. But I don't know, man. I mean, are people really going to go to the theater to check it out a week before it comes out on Netflix? I'm not sure.
I think some will, because we still got a lot of people like you and E-Man and other professionals in this field that want to have the theater experience. We still have those individuals that want to have the full theater experience. But the problem is you've got a whole slew of us that would rather watch it at home when you've got a whole wall that's a TV with surround sound and your couches that extend your feet up above your head like at my house. And you really don't need to go to the damn theater unless you're just trying to stunt. But there are professionals who do this for a living, like you, B. Avery, that might want to go to the theater and get that popcorn and pay the price of gas for the popcorn.
Yeah, I'm just trying to also just make sense of the deal and like what their end goal is.
Let me put something back on the screen for you. But before we do, because I got a little info about what they're going to do. Let me shout out Carbro. You came through for a brother, and let me give you this one because we are very, very grateful.
When you just talk about practice, we sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we're talking about practice. Not a game. We're talking about practice. Not a game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about...
Hey, man, I'm sorry. I don't mean to kill the mood, kill the vibe, but help me understand that he was an idiot for that statement, correct?
Who? Allen Iverson?
I don't know. There was a mix. There are people that have mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, it was very mixed. It was very, 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 very mixed.
There was I think it's a 30 for 30 doc they did on him, and they talked about it, and it really did explain it better. I don't remember everything they said, but after I watched it, I was like, okay, I get it, because they really tried to portray that as if he was someone who just didn't care about practice and thought he was above it. And it really wasn't that. It was they took that clip because they got him in one. He's one of those dudes that was one of them street dudes that was very raw and open, and they caught him in that moment, and they just ran with it.
And they basically was trying to pit him against the coach at that time.
Because it does seem arrogant of him, like just from that clip,
Right? No. It was a spat between him and the coach was Larry Brown at the time. And Allen Iverson had just had some injuries and a whole lot of other stuff. And the particular game that they're referencing, Allen Iverson dropped like 35, 40 points in that game. Yeah. And the reporter asked him about practice. So that's kind of where it came from. But like I said, they've got a great 30 for 30 on him and Michael Vick. I encourage everybody to watch it. But getting back to what we're talking about with Netflix, check this out. Netflix has had a continuous relationship with movie theaters who have fought to maintain exclusive 90-day windows for movies and have largely resisted giving Netflix access to screens. But the pandemic has shaken the cinematic business model, and theater chains have been experimenting with changes, including shortening theatrical windows, and in the case of AT&T's Warner Brothers, eliminating them almost entirely streaming new movies for 31 days, starting the same day as it hit theaters. The industry is slowly rebounding after the pandemic forced theaters to close for almost a year. Most movie theaters nationwide have reopened. And to buffer Netflix point, B. Avery, they are in the works. And they told shareholders, don't even worry about dividends when we're profitable. Don't even worry about that, because we're going to take that profit and we're going to be opening Netflix experience movie theaters And some of the stuff Larry mentioned about how you can just come up there with your Netflix account, get it scanned, and they're even talking about trying to figure out how to give you some free beverages and popcorn. Yeah.
That's what you mean, Larry.
Mm-hmm.
You mean take your Netflix account and go up to the movie theater and be able to access the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Without paying for it?
No,
Absolutely.
you've already paid for it.
Yeah, you got your subscription. They're talking about.
So as long as you have a Netflix subscription, you can go into the movie theaters and pay for and see the movie.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
but the way they're going to do it is if you're going to be doing that, you're going to be paying more than what it costs now. They're going to be having these tiered payment systems where you can go see a movie once, 3-4 times a month, and they're told the shareholders that this is the vision of what they're going to do instead of paying dividends. So
okay, that may work, but I'm just saying if they have different tiers,
right?
But if it's just a regular subscription,
no, that
would be idiotic.
No, they're not going to do that. No, they're going to have an upcharge for a subscription service.
Man,
but you got to think. To me, this is so smart because all these other programs, what do you got? AMC, everybody tried to have that subscription service, and they could never really and truly find a sweet spot. One company had you paying $10.99, and you could go see 3 movies a week, and that failed. Then somebody came out and was trying to do one for $15.99, and you could go see 2-3 movies a week, and that failed. And then I think you had the A-list that was charging $30 a month, and that was working. But the problem was they was breaking even, not making profit. So you already going to be, hopefully they're saying they're going to try to do this because Netflix is supposed to be profitable by the end of next year. And they're going to take their profits, and instead of paying dividends, they're going to reinvest in getting these theaters up, having a different tier subscription service that will allow you to get the streaming plus be able to go see a couple of movies a month. They said they're going to be doing it in a month.
I'm looking up right now who the production company. Okay.
Here's the thing that's interesting about this. I don't know what the budget is on this, but people have been talking about how much money Netflix. 70 million. So you think about million. So you think about this. You run it in the theaters, and you have some contingency thing on it that says, okay, if it makes 20 million during the first week, they'll run it a second week. If it makes another 20, they'll run it a third, whatever. And you figure if it's $70 million, if you put it in the theater for a week or two and it recoups half of your production budget, that just puts Netflix that much closer to being profitable faster. Yeah, because right now they're wholly dependent on subscriptions to make all that money back, and if you're making some of that back in the theaters right away,
And then they're also talking about B. Avery. I mean, I've never really been a big Netflix fan, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. But they're also talking about who they're thinking about partnering with they're not just trying to do a regular theater. They're talking about partnering with like Domino's, Papa John's, and all these other people in their concession area. And then they're talking about who they're going to try to partner with to be sustaining ads. And guess who's at the top of their list for ad revenue in their theater chains? Walmart.
Yeah, there you go.
This is what they're telling the shareholders.
I hate hearing the name Walmart, but anyway.
Me too. I'd rather them do business with Target. But I mean, people see what I see as an investor with what Netflix could do by creating their own ecosystem. I mean, this would be something we've never seen before. Instead of you went from Netflix mailing you a DVD to a stream service, and now pulling you into the theater with the stream service.
Yeah. On another note, man, I remember when Redbox came out, I thought that was like the hottest shit alive. I was like, these people are genius, but now it's obsolete.
Yeah, man. Because one thing they say about good CEOs and everything, you got to be a visionary. You've got to be able to do something that works now, and you can also remix it or sustain it for 20 years beyond that. And
I mean, Redbox was genius at the time. It's
at
just
the time, yes.
It's just the whole DVD,
Physical
Blu-ray
media.
model just sort of died out with streaming because internet speeds got so high that you can actually stream.
Right.
But they're still there. They're still they have their streaming service now. They have their app and their streaming service, and they still have their boxes in stores so that you can rent, because not everybody has high-speed internet where you can go and stream a HD or 4K movie. Not everybody can, and for some people, and even then it's still cheaper. Like, for instance, if you want to go rent a movie today that's a new release, it may cost you $5.99 to go rent it on iTunes or on a Google Play. You can go to Redbox and get that same movie for like $1.25 or $2 for the day.
Hey, man, I hate to have to do this, but there's a spider in here, and I'm gonna have to handle my business real quick. So Larry, take over the show. I'm gonna have to handle my business.
I thought he was going to smash the spider with the shield. I was like, wait a minute, but I get it now. That was just a prop, a nice little exit. You know what I'm saying? Nice with the Green Ranger back there. But one of y'all was saying earlier, though, I think he said Larry, take over the show. I'm not talking.
Go for it, man.
No, I was gonna say, man, I think that's dope as hell. The Domino's and Pizza Hut or whatever you were saying, that's just, I don't know why they're not doing that now, but they that's pretty cool. They really do need to update these theaters to really get people back on. I mean, like, every theater needs to be like IMAX quality, D-box,
right?
That stuff like that, to get people ready to go back, because this pandemic has spoiled everybody, including myself.